Hello and welcome to this video, one more video here in the channel. And here I want to talk about very, let me say, hidden opportunity that Brazil's offer, that is the investments, okay? Brazil really has a lot of opportunities, okay? And why this happened? Because the returns here in Brazil tend to be higher than in rich countries, okay? But this is quite obvious because in Brazil we have more risk than in rich countries, okay? Because of a lot of reasons that I mentioned here in the channel, but in Brazil, yes, you have a higher potential of income. And when we talk about real estate, okay, we are talking about make like 1% a month in, let me say, passive income monthly, okay, on real estate. And I will show in this video. I will mention not so deep, but I will tell you what kinds of real estates can you make 1% a month of monthly payment. I don't know how we say this in English. Here we call this aluguel, rent, okay? So let me start here talking about two kinds of real estate that we have here, that investments in real estate. You can just buy a physical real estate here, like a house, like apartment, okay, normal, like we see in other countries, okay? And I'll talk a little bit better about what kinds of apartments and houses are interesting here. And you can buy this in the stock market, okay? In stock market, I prefer buying real estate in the stock market because it's less bureaucratic, is a lot more easy. And in the stock market we have this kind of real estate investment funds that they invest mainly on real estate, that they have to share 95% of the monthly what they just, it's kind of what they have of gross income. The fund has to distribute 95% by law every month, okay? So this make these products very focused on passive monthly income. It's different from the United States, that I heard about, that we have the REITs there, that is like the here we call fundos imobiliários, that is immobiliary funds, real estate funds like this. In United States, there are these investments in real estate, and they can take the income and just take. They don't have this obligation of distributing 95% every month, so you can have very high yield dividends here because of this. So you have some funds here that pay like more than 1% per month and are not necessarily risk. It's high risk. That no, it's just because here in Brazil the interest rates here in Brazil are high, okay? So these kinds of funds, there are paper funds that they invest in credit papers in the real estate market, and are relatively safe, okay, by if you compare with the return, because they have guarantees. It's not like Bitcoin pyramid, nothing like this. It's real loans, okay? Obviously they have a little bit of risk, okay, like every investment have, but they have guarantees, okay? It's a little bit more difficult that you lose money, okay? It's practically impossible you lose money. And by the way, I analyze these kinds of investments. I have another channel, but it's in Portuguese, okay, that I analyze one by one these funds, okay? So I have experience on this, on analyzing these kinds of investments, okay? We have these paper investments in real estate that pay high profits, okay? And we have investments in real estate using the stock market, but are physical real estate. And in this kind of real estate, you can make like 0.7% a month, okay? They pay a little bit less, but they have more safety in the point of view of you have a physical real estate there, okay? It's not only credit, okay? And we have a lot of options here, mainly in the commercial logistics sector, and the shopping center sectors. I don't know exactly why we don't have residential funds yet. Yes, we have, but they buy and sell land. It's not construction a residential to rent. It's not like this. It's kind of trading. They do is a little bit more risk, but whatever. I talked about the stock market. Now I'm gonna talk about the physical buying. Okay, you go with your money and buy apartment here. Okay, this kind of thing I don't know if you are gonna make a lot of return with that, because you don't know the area here. If you come here like blind, it's not that you are gonna lose money. It will be a horrible business, but generally is a real estate agent that will talk with you that he wants to get his commission, obviously, and many times not the profit. They will not maximize your profit, okay? Because here there are some good apartments here in my city. Let me say that I know my city very well, lived here over the last 35 years. There are some apartments here in good locations that are growing. But if you are gonna buy when they already let me say they are already constructed, you'll pay a little bit more, okay? One thing that is very popular here that people that have a good result, okay, because if you rent apartment here in the city, you will make about 0.3 to 0.4% per month in rent, okay? And you have to pay tax. When you receive this money, you pay like, depending the amount, okay, there is it goes from 15% until 25%, something like this. In the stock market, you don't pay tax if you earn this money. I don't know in your country if you pay taxes, maybe yes. But what people do here that is very popular is just buying a land in a suburb, very cheap, okay, in the city, and construction like a small, very, very small, 20 meters square foot, 20 meters squares apartment, very, very small. We call here like studio, okay, or kitchenette. We call this here kitchenette. The advantage here is if you are gonna pay, let me say, 500,000 reais in apartment here in the city, that is about $100,000, okay, to make like 0.3% a month, okay. You can like buy 5 kitchenettes, $100,000 each one, or 5 or 3 kitchenettes, and each kitchenette you can rent by 600-700 reais. You make a better return, okay. Sometimes you can you can charge 1% a month in this kitchenette, and you make it, okay. because the low income buildings is very demanding here, because it's a very big city. The rents are a little bit expensive, so people are looking for smaller units, and much times it's worth it if you are renting like this, because you have higher returns if you buy an expensive apartment and rent just one. And another advantage is if you have many units, your risk is lower, because if you have only one apartment or two, if this one or two being unoccupied, you lose all your monthly income. If you have 5 or 10 units, okay, it's more difficult to all these are unoccupied, mainly if they are in a good location, okay? So it's more safe and have a better return, okay? So I recorded this video to, it's a request from a subscriber, okay? Maybe, I hope I could, I can solve the questions about this topic. If you have any question, please put in the comments if you want me to talk a little bit more deeply about this, okay? So that's it, thank you and see you.